We'll have him brought back out if they say that he can be brought back out, and then you can give your victim impact. I know that no one, at least I have yet to have someone come before me and say my intention was to get drunk and go out and hit somebody, but it happens. If you're going to be drinking at all, even if you think it's just going to be one drink, it's better just to have a designated driver, right? I do appreciate the fact that you entered a plea, that you accepted responsibility by pleading guilty, and that you have not wavered and try to blame something else for this. You know it's true, and I appreciate that.
This hearing hits hard. Judge Wood delivers an 18-year sentence to a military veteran who made a devastating mistake behind the wheel. And the moment she says it, you can see his entire body shut down. I've seen people break down in court, but watching someone physically collapse drains the air out of the room. The hearing shifts from sentencing to an emergency in seconds, and everyone there feels the weight of it. It's a reminder that the system isn't just paperwork. It's real people whose lives can fall apart instantly. Tell me in the comments if you think any sentence ever truly feels like justice in tragedies like this. Let's get into it.
State versus Marlon Daniels. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Megan Galloway for state.
And for the defense?
George Sharman on behalf of the defendant in these cases.
All right, and you're Mr. Daniels?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Daniels, the court, at the request of your attorney, had a PSI ordered. And Mr. Daniels, we're going to proceed with sentencing. And each of the cause numbers, you entered a plea of guilty, and the punishment is to be assessed at 18 years in the prison. Mr. Daniels, I've had a chance to learn more about your background from your attorney, your military service. And I will tell you, I know that no one, at least I have yet to have someone come before me and say my intention was to get drunk and go out and hit somebody. Nobody ever intends to drive intoxicated or get to that point, but it happens. And that's why I always try to stress to everybody, please, please, if you're going to be drinking at all, even if you think it's just going to be one drink, it's better just to have a designated driver, right? I do appreciate the fact that you entered a plea, that you accepted responsibility by pleading guilty, and that you have not wavered and try to blame something else for this. I do note that you said that you couldn't remember, but you know it's true, and I appreciate that. Sometimes people will say, well, I don't remember what happened, so I'm really not responsible. But you didn't do that. And the fact that you entered a plea, and in each of these cause numbers, you were looking at 20 years. And I always tell people, when people go to jury trial, even when I was a defense attorney or as a prosecutor, I sometimes would have to explain to families, you don't know what 12 people are going to do, right? When you go to jury trial, you don't know. 12 people could say, you know what? This person before me is a military veteran. This person before me hasn't been in trouble. Yes, they did this, but we're not going to give them 18 years. Who knows? A jury may decide to have given you 2 years or 3 or 4 or whatever. You just never know. So for you to accept responsibility, for you to take the 18 years, knowing that by taking these 18 years, there is no appeal because you waived your right to appeal, I think that says a lot. Even though I know that the family is in a lot of pain, because when you lose someone and you lose someone this way, it's not expected.
This is where Judge Wood brings up something most people never consider: the gamble of going to trial. She's absolutely right. It's easy to talk tough about facing a jury until you're staring down a possible 20-year maximum and realizing 12 strangers get to shape your future. Some defendants rely on their background or their story, but you never know whether a jury will see a veteran or simply someone responsible for a death. That's why she tells him that pleading is the only way to control the damage. 18 years doesn't feel like a victory, but for many people in this situation, it's the only option that gives certainty. She acknowledges his accountability, respects it even, but still has to balance it with the life that was lost.
The court is recognizing that you accepted responsibility and you took close to the maximum sentence in each of the cause numbers. With that being said, in cause number 2024 CR 009218, The court will follow your plea bargain agreement as previously stated. When you entered your plea, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 18 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The court will give you credit for any time served, and legally, you're entitled to any time that you have served on this case. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 009219. I'll request the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase the time that you're in custody. It's merely designed to help you maintain your sobriety, address any type of mental health or substance abuse issues you may have, so that ultimately when you're released from prison and there's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon.
May I address the court on a matter?
Just one moment. And cause number 2024 CR 009219. The court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 18 years, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 009218. There is to be restitution of $60 to DPS for testing. And the court will recommend the therapeutic community. There's something you wish to say, counsel?
Yes, on the PSI, it said that he had combat risen. He did not have combat treatment. So that was erroneous.
Okay.
Step number 2, it shows there were 2 prior misdemeanors. There was only 1. And if you look at it, it's the same date.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
That's all we have.
All right, Mr. Daniels. Deputy Laura, can you give him his trial court certification? All right. Counsel?
Yes.
All right, your client has been removed from the courtroom. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with him?
I did.
All right. On the record, the court informed the defendant that by entering the plea, he had waived his right to appeal, so he acknowledged that. I followed the plea bargain agreement. So because I followed his plea bargain agreement and because he's waived his right to appeal, he do not have the court's permission to appeal.
I went over that with him, Judge, so he understands.
All right, thank you. Is there anything else from either side?
Well, Judge, I don't know if Mr. Sherman wanted to bring this to your attention, but because the defendant is going to be in custody, I did see that he filed motions to remove the ignition and the locks. Your motions to...
Yes, she's already signed.
Oh, yes, I signed those, yes.
Objection to that.
All right, thank you.
And that we do have victim impact, but I'm...
All right, so who are the people here for victim impact?
That's the father...
Okay.
Father and husband of the victims, and then the brother and sister.
Okay. All right, so everyone, just give us a moment. We're going to have medical check him out to see what's going on. And then if you will be patient, we'll have him brought back out if they say that he can be brought back out. And then you can give your victim impact.
That final moment was brutal. Even though the collapse wasn't shown directly, it proves how fast everything can shift. 1 second you're standing there, the next your entire life is gone. It's heartbreaking from every angle. The victim's family lost someone forever, and this man, a veteran and a father, made a terrible decision that ended in tragedy. The judge wasn't angry. She was simply doing her duty to protect the community and honor the victim. In DUI cases, even first-time offenders often face enormous sentences because the consequences are irreversible. It's one of those situations where no one wins, regardless of the verdict. And the way the courtroom reacted shows no one wants to see it end like this. Tell me whether you think 18 years was fair or if there was a better solution. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and take care.